Pari yereko, sirelineres. Good evening, my dears. And what I was asking is that I hope you remember about Armenian Can, that it is not like the exact dear in English, but it has a bit different nuances and it's a bit national. So we prefer not to translate Can as dear because it's different. So, Tabarak Can and Joshua Can, how are you? İnci pesek?
Love medicine.
Cool. And what about you, dear? Or you just can't speak right now? Just let me know in the chat box. Okay, so I'm glad you are good, and just turn on your microphone whenever you can, because today we're going to have some exercises together. So, guys, what we have done so far. At first, let me just congratulate ourselves because this is our 20th lesson today. So we have had already 20 lessons and we just have very few lessons left. And I hope that you gained much during this period of time. And I'm sure you gained because I saw your work, your enthusiasm towards learning new language. And I hope the knowledge you have gained will help you a lot in future. So anyway, I will be always there for you to for you can reach out whenever you want, guys. And what are we doing today? As for our past lesson, we just had some repetition part. Tabara can say once again that what we did, like we had Kahoot competition. Girls revised the materials connected to the alphabet, and later on we had some other competition in Kahoot when we revised tenses and so on and so forth. So from now then, guys, you know all the Armenian tenses and you can conjugate each verb easily, and I hope you will have no trouble in it because actually it has logic, and once you are in it you will have no problem because it becomes easier and easier once you start using it. Moving on to today's lesson, I think I didn't miss anything. So today we are going to watch a video about Armenian basic phrases. What I wanted to say with this, like, in English, when we say it rains like cats and dogs, we mean that we actually don't mean that cats and dogs just drop down from the sky, but we mean that it rains really heavily, right? And it rains hard. So, yeah, I want you to learn some basic Armenian phrases like that when we don't refer to their original meaning, but they are like kind of metaphorical. Okay, so once you are in Armenia, Armenians are very emotional. They want to show their love, affection, and so on and so forth, their surprise or happiness in different ways. And mainly we use phrases. So once you know that phrases, you won't be confused when one Armenian says like it rains like cats and dogs, okay? Something like that. So guys, please be very, very careful to learn the phrases. The video that I'm gonna show you, it has continuation, but I have chosen the best one. I mean, the one that contains the most casual phrases. But once you can subscribe to that channel and find out more and more phrases like that, okay? So let's not waste time and just watch the video because you are going to have a home task connected to phrases. Okay, dears. So everything will be explained in the video. The guy will translate the whole phrases both in its original way, and also the meaning by the meaning that we use it. Okay, but anyway, once you have questions, your teacher is always here for you. Okay. Let me share my screen. And I guess, yes, here is the video. Yes, while this Eastern Armenian phrase is explained by Armenian comedian Antik. So yeah, you will have fun because he's a comedian, and yeah, he will explain it a bit in a different and funnier way. So enjoy it. Let me just do my screen the way I can see you as well. All right.
Mernem Sartit. Mernem Sartit. Hello, my name is Arman Markaryan. I go by the name of Antik, and I'd like to go through some Eastern Armenian sayings with you folks. And let's go. Aser kcelu teg cheka. This means there isn't enough space to throw a needle. This means the room is full. The place is at full capacity. Next up we have Asa angeret ova asem oves. This is a very wise saying. It says, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are, because your friends play a big role in the character that you develop in your life. So it's deep. Ktitzak chunes. It literally translates to you have no nostrils. But what it means is you lack common sense. Esh misatki garun kaga. Donkey, don't die, spring is coming. Basically, this is going on patience. So hang in there, spring is coming, donkey. Gulchis velat tegunes. This is when you're, for example, welcoming guests to your house. It translates to you have space on my head. Let's say you're coming to my house from Armenia, you could stay at my house. You are good, you're all set. This is reserved for you. Next up we have Akanja Mangali. We say this about people who talk a lot. It literally translates to he's looking or she's looking for an ear. Yot amsek Were you born in 7 months? This is what we say to impatient people. Like, what were you born in 7 months, bro? Calm down, they're coming. Vizem direl. This means I put my neck out for this, meaning I'm determined at the full level. Vizem like a guillotine where you would they would chop your head off. So I'm willing to go this far to accomplish that goal. Mernem sartit is a very common thing you'll hear us Eastern Armenians say. Mernem sartit literally translates to I want to die for your heart. Like, I love you so much. It works for everyone, and it sounds like we're mad, but it's the sweetest, one of the sweetest things you'll ever hear Eastern Armenians say. It would sound something like Mernem sartit. Mernem sartit. Feel that love? But yeah, that wraps it up. Mernem zer sartin. I hope you enjoyed Eastern Armenian words with Antik, and we'll see you next time.
Okay. Yes, I guess you liked it because actually he was really very enthusiastic about letting his audience know about Armenian phrases. So guys, what's your task for this video is to write those phrases, to write down those phrases, and also to write them in Armenian, like using the Armenian alphabet. Because if you were attentive, the phrases that he was mentioning were written, in Latin alphabet. So it's easier for you to read, I guess, but your task will be to write down the Latin ones and just put a line and write down with Armenian alphabets, okay? So you write it, you can send it to me and I can check, or if you want, I don't know, we can have a additional discussion about it and so on. Also, your task is to pick up at least 3 phrases that you like the most or you want to use in your daily language maybe, or to share it with your friends and say, oh, you know, you just vizestrel for that, like you worked really hard, you put your neck into it to gain that very, I don't know, achievement, position, etc., etc. So just pick up at least 3 expressions that you want to know and that you want to learn, and you're going to use it in your everyday life. Okay, guys, is it clear
Yeah.
for you?
Yes, of course.
Okay, my dears. So I guess we can move on to the next part if you don't have questions connected to phrases, or in case you want, we can rewatch the video and I don't know, you can make some comments if it was too quick. If no, yeah, you want to rewatch it? Yes, no? Just write down in the comment section or let me know with the words yes or no.
Hello?
No? Okay.
Hello? Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's my internet, which was going very slow. I didn't hear what you've said before.
I was asking whether you want to rewatch the video or that's enough. We can move on to the next part.
Okay, so I have, for me, I've got most of the words, though not all, and even most of them are very funny, like that one, you don't have a nostril, like, but if there is some time, yes, you can repeat it, but if there is still other things that you have to do today, you can look at them and then I will visit the channel after the lesson.
Okay, thank you for your comment here, and also I am texting to Dabarat meanwhile. So guys, okay, thank you for being active. I suggest doing the rest of the tasks and follow our agenda, and if we have time, we can rewatch it. Okay? So
Yeah.
today I wanted to enrich your vocabulary, my dear students, and I have finally taken all the words that we haven't translated yet, and I have translated those words into Armenian, and today I want you to read them and discuss, or in case you have questions, have additional discussions. Okay, dear Dabarak, just let me know, will you be able to read the word, or I will just ask Joshua to read it. I know you follow the lesson, dear, but I just want to know whether I can ask you questions or you will just listen. I see. I guess Joshua can read, yes, without any. It's too noisy here. Okay, dear. So no worries. Just listen to the words. Dear Joshua, you can read, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you have a really hard work today.
Yeah,
Your
of course.
today's duty to read it very, very well, and I have no doubt about it that you are going to read it in an accurate and perfect way. So good luck, dear.
Okay.
Today we have some words written by our Darina. So just please read, and for the first part, she mentioned the word, and after it, she mentioned a sentence with the word. But taking into account the fact that you already know the tenses and the conjugation of the verbs, I decided to challenge you, kind of. And this challenge is going Joshua to complete because the only one who can read right now. So yeah, after it, she mentioned some sentences, and you are going to make that sentence. Like I have mentioned the translation, so sun is Aref, shining will be Shogal, but you are going to say the whole sentence in Armenian, so how to say the sun is shining. Okay, I think I didn't mess it up. And you just got your task.
Oh, okay, so I thought that I was just going to translate, but if it's making the sentence, yeah, it will be somehow a little bit complex for me.
Yes, I will help you, but I want you to try to conjugate in the way you would conjugate if you were alone speaking to an Armenian who didn't know English, for example.
Yeah. Okay.
Good luck. You can begin.
Okay. First of all, the sun is Arek.
Arev.
Arek. Sorry.
Mhm.
It's Arek. Then the sun is shining. So Arek.
Aref, okay. And you remember the letter that we put after the noun in order to have it with definite article.
Okay. So
Do you remember?
So I just don't quite. Can you help me remember the structure again?
Sure.
Because
Yes. For the definite article the, in Armenian we have two variants, two letters I mean. The first one is and the most common one. And then we have n. Okay? So in case our noun ends with, let me say, consonant, we put a, like vowel. And in case it ends with consonant, with vowel, we put n. So you know when it ends with vowel, we put consonant. When it ends with consonant, we put a vowel. Okay?
yeah.
So as for arif, it ends with v. V is consonant. So what should we add?
A.
Good job. So arif.
Hmm? Areva. Areva shoha.
Showroom. Good job. Arif. Showroom. You remember that we just delete this al. Instead of
Yes.
it, we write and adding the auxiliary verb, in this case a, because sun is third person singular. So areva shohume. Good job, dear. The next one. I'm not going to overload you. Just you are going to read up to this part, okay? The rest we are going to do later.
Okay. So yeah, I have remembered the structure, and then yes, I can continue with the wind.
Hmm?
And the wind is ka. Um, ka.
Me.
Ka. Kami. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
kami.
Good job.
Kami and kam. Kami and kami ne.
Yes, very good. Come in because it ends with E, which is vowel. So we
Yes.
added consonant. Come in.
Yes. Okay. Come in. Yes. Come in. Can you help me remember how this first word? Yes, that one.
P,
Okay.
P,
Ta.
P,
Okay. So
and Ch.
yeah. Come in. Tcha. Come in. Tchum.
Uh-huh.
Come in. Tchum.
Eh,
Oh. Come in. Tchum. So
yes, good job. Come in, Puchume. Very good. So
a
what
simple.
we what?
Okay. Yeah, I have remembered everything. Okay. So
Yeah?
yeah.
You got it everything, right?
So
Good job.
with the rain
Mm-hmm.
is another
The, the,
yes,
the,
another the another
uh-huh.
the
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Yes.
another lev
Yes, Anzref.
Anslave. Okay, so Anslave Anslave air.
Mm-hmm.
You see this word? Okay. Um, the the room.
There's It's I know it's a bit confusing because it's exactly the same as in English you, but it's sa in Armenian.
Yeah. Dersum.
Yes. Anzreve tersum. Or you know how to translate this part. We have mentioned here it's raining outside, yes?
Yes.
So when you want to say, to make a verb from now, you can just add this final part to the noun. So rain is anzref, is noun. Huh? What? Rain. But when you want to ask what's going on, what to do as a verb, we just say anzrevum and add the final part like anzrevum esh, etc. Okay?
Okay.
So it's raining outside. We can say anzrevum dersum.
Okay.
Okay, so just remember, in order to have or to make, sorry, verb from noun, we just add
Yes.
and the auxiliary verb that we want to add. Okay, because we don't have al, so we don't have nothing to delete. We have only to add.
Okay.
Good job. Let's move on.
So how
Yes.
about like this outside? You see Drasum. So do we add another last air like for it? No, like the auxiliary.
Okay, you know what?
Hmm?
In Armenian, we don't translate this it.
Okay.
If we translate this it in Armenian, it is da, okay? In Armenian, it will be da for, I don't know, objects, etc. For something
Yeah.
that does not breathe.
Mm.
It will be da, okay? A kind of similar as the third person singular na, but we use na for people and we use da for the rest. But in Armenian, if you say da anzrevume tersum, it will be grammatically wrong.
Okay.
It would mean that we have a word that we don't need actually. Because in
Mm.
this case, it is kind of clear that it rain that comes from the sky, okay? We don't need to add extra pronoun to say that it is rain, which is, I don't know, something that does not breathe, etc., okay? So in
Yeah.
Armenian, we just don't translate this it. After reading the following examples, like it's cold, it's hot, it's chilly, it will be more visible because in this case, we have two words, but here it is kind of 3-word sentence, okay?
Yeah.
Let's read the following part, but I guess you had another question connected to Tursum.
Trasum. No, it was just that one which I asked like, or the sentences before we ended with like I thought that we would say like dosum after saying those words before. Yeah, like
Ah,
that. Even as here on the other sentences below, you see we have a. Then I thought that also that yeah.
Yeah, okay, I got your question. What is this? It is the auxiliary verb as is in English, yes? So,
Yes.
in English sentences, we only need one is, right? It is raining outside. We don't need another is. The
Okay,
same
yeah.
is for Armenian. Once we said anzrevume tersum or anzreve kalis tersum, we have that e. So we don't need additional e for the ending of the sentence.
Okay, now my question is
And
answered.
yes, and depending on your syntax, the word order, this e can be in the end of the sentence or in the middle of the sentence. Okay?
Mm, yeah.
Depending the way you want to express your sentence. And we are going to watch another video about word order in the Armenian language. So after it, I hope it will be clear for you.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. I hope there's no other question about this part, and I hope no question because it is clear, not because you just want to go on.
Yeah, because it is clear, just that.
Yes, I'm glad to know.
Okay. Okay, so I guess we can move to the next sentence.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I have a question. Like I used to get challenges reading the Armenian language, like for the capital letters. Like, memorizing the capital letters isn't that quick to me. Like even like this one, if it's
Okay.
F, if it is for like, okay, now it's for
It's
the,
ta.
yeah, ta. Yeah, I can just see it. Now to to re,
Mm-hmm.
to let
Turt.
Sort E. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
sort E.
Yes.
Um, Another one is there below. We have some
Mm-hmm.
Sau. No,
Saren.
Sare, Saren E.
Mm-hmm.
And this capital letter is also very
It's
complex.
this one.
Okay, the sha,
Mm-hmm. Very good.
show,
K.
shog,
Uh-huh.
shog, shog E.
Good job.
And the last one, I guess this is the first one, I guess it is ba.
Yes, you're right.
Uh-huh. Ba, ba,
Ve.
bar, bar, yeah, Bavrak, Bavraka, Bavrakani,
Ne? Uh-huh. Pavaganin.
Bavrakanin, ta, ta, taka,
Mhm.
Bavrakanin, tak, e.
Yes, very good. Pavaganin take.
Okay.
So, thank you very much for reading all this part, Joshua. It was amazing, and you read everything very well. What I was speaking about. So here we have it is cold, right? But in
Yeah.
Armenian, we just say is cold. We
Yeah.
omit this it, okay? Just remember that it is da in Armenian. It translates as da, okay? So it is bad for you. Da vade kes hamar, because we want to stress that just that very thing is bad for you. So ta vate kes hamar. We don't skip it because we can't skip it. If we skip it, our sentence will kind of lose its strong way. But in the rest of the cases, we just omit this it. Okay, so is
Yeah.
cold, is chilly, is hot, is warm enough without translating it. But there are some cases, as I have mentioned, we just translate it as da. Okay, guys, I hope this is not confusing part for you.
Yeah.
Yes, that's good, dears. Uh, and just sorry, I need to charge my no laptop. Just 1 minute. Sorry, and I will be here.
No problem.
Okay, dears, I'm back. Thank you very much and sorry for making you wait. All right. Girls, do you have questions? And Joshua. Oh yes, hello, dear. Ella, to you as well. Yes, dear da barak, it is da. Da and da. Okay, guys, so if you have other questions, just let me know. And now it's time to move on and watch another video about word order. Actually, I decided to send it to our group chat, but I think it will be better for us watching it right now and have discussion afterwards.
Yeah.
Mhm. Here it is. Okay, let me share my screen. Mhm.
Hello friends! Today I would like to teach you the rules for the Armenian word order and syntax. For every English sentence, the word order is very clear. For example, I read my book. This sentence has to be written this way because the English language requires you to use subject, verb, object as the strict order for each sentence. Another syntax like my book I read or read I my book are not correct. But this strict word order does not exist in Armenian. I know you might think now that it will get very confusing, but I will try my best to explain it as simply as possible. Let's have a look at the same sentence in Armenian. I read my book. Ես իմ գիրքը կարդում եմ. Ես իմ գիրքը կարդում եմ. Now you can read it here in Armenian alphabet and in the transliteration using the Latin alphabet. In the rest of the video, I will mainly use the transliteration for reasons of limited space. As I explained in the lesson on conjugation, the letter Y is written in brackets for the auxiliary verb, since even though it is the correct transliteration for the Armenian letter Ye, the Y in this case is not pronounced. So it's M and not Yem. Here I marked all the corresponding words in different languages with the same color so you can visually recognize the different words in both languages. Usually this word order is the most commonly used version using the verb at the end with the auxiliary verb at the very end of the sentence. But the Armenian language basically gives you the freedom to use other sentences as well. Ես իմ գիրքը կարդում եմ. Ես կարդում եմ գիրքը իմ. Իմ գիրքը ես կարդում եմ. Ես եմ կարդում իմ գիրքը. Իմ գիրքը կարդում եմ ես. Ես իմ գիրքն եմ կարդում. All those combinations are actually possible and grammatically correct. As I explained in previous videos, you can always cross out the pronouns from the sentences because crucial information is transported in the verb form too. That means that in all sentences you could cross out the yes and still have valid sentences transporting the same meaning. But this does not work for this one sentence in the middle. I guess you are now asking yourself, why does this one case not work? And are there any other rules? And are there any differences with respect to the meaning of those sentences, or are they all virtually the same? Before we go on, I would be happy if you would leave me a like and subscribe for more videos about the Armenian language. Great, thank you so much. Okay, now let's have a look at the first question. Why does this case work with yes, but not crossing out the yes? The reason for that is one basic rule. You are not allowed to start a sentence with an auxiliary verb, in this case M. By crossing out the yes, the word M becomes the first word, which is not allowed to happen. This explicitly refers to the auxiliary part of the verb only. Look at the second sentence and you can see that it starts with kartum, a verb, but not the auxiliary part of it. And this is okay. Now, let's have a look at the sentences to find out what other rules exist with respect to word order. Have a look here. And here. Can you recognize a pattern? Is there anything that these marked words have in common? I guess you saw the word im Girke, my book, and the verb form logical pairs or groups of words. They belong together, and even though you are allowed to throw them around within the sentence, they should usually be connected and not separated. This holds in 99% of the cases. There are some exceptions. They are linguistically complex to explain in a short video. For everyday language, you do not need to know them. Now, let's have a look at a more complex sentence by simply expanding our existing sentence with an adjective and an adverb. So that we have, now I'm quickly reading my blue book. In Armenian, this sentence is Հիմա ես իմ կապույտ գիրքը արագորեն կարդում եմ. Հիմա ես իմ կապույտ գիրքը արագորեն կարդում եմ. Again, I marked the same word in different colors. Here you can see that the logical groups of words became just a little bit bigger by adding an adverb and an adjective. You are free to change the position of these new word groups to form sentences, but you should keep them together as a group. Let us go back to the question about the meaning of these sentences. Obviously, the meaning of the sentence does not change entirely, but the focus is slightly different in each case. The first sentence is rather neutral. The second sentence puts a focus on my book, meaning that I read a book and not a newspaper. The third sentence is neutral again. The fourth and fifth sentences emphasize the subject I who did something, and not he, she, or someone else. The last sentence focuses again on the book. Why is this the case? The combination of a verb plus auxiliary verb at the end of a sentence is considered neutral. If you keep that verb order, but the verb is not the last word of a sentence anymore, the last word gets emphasized. And if you change the order of the verb and the auxiliary verb, the word right before the auxiliary verb becomes the center of attention. I hope that this video helped you understand the Armenian word order and sentence structure. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Have a nice day and ցտեսություն.
All right, guys, me too. I hope that this video helped you to kind of deal with word order in Armenian, sorry. And yes, Joshua, the floor is yours.
Okay, so I had a small, not a small one, but big one to me. And that last rule that they have told us, on that video, that last rule, it has challenged me, like puff puff. So I didn't understand anything on that last rule.
Okay, let me share the screen once again so that you can ask exactly what part you mean, and I'm gonna tell you. So
Okay, exactly this one.
this one?
Yeah, why like this sentence is focusing on this and why this is focusing on I. So like, yes, for neutral, it is very understandable, but for focusing on I or my book, I didn't understand it very well.
Yes. The thing is that when you put like your word in the end of the sentence, and it's a kind of important part of the sentence, logically at least, like because in the sentence I read my book is logically really important because everything goes around and it's interesting what you read. You read book or you read article, etc. Yes, and in the case you put it in the end of the sentence, you add more stress to it. Okay, so I read my book. I don't read anything else. I read the book that it is mine. Okay, it's the thing that you want to add extra stress. And as for like the pre-last one, im gիրքը կարդում եմ yes, you want to kind of show your attitude and you want to stress that it's you who read the book, okay? It's just connected to the stress and the thing, the exact word you want to emphasize.
So how about this fourth one, which also focuses on I? Yeah.
Yeah, and here it's about, like, you mean this one? Yes, եմ կարդում իմ գիրքը.
Yes.
Yes, here you want to say that the person who reads it, it's me. And you know what's interesting here is that as for the personal pronoun, you can put it either in the beginning of the sentence or in the end of the sentence. And where you put it can affect on, it has effect, sorry, on the way you want to stress it out, okay? So when you put it in the beginning, it means that you just want to your listener to pay attention on the word that I read, not anyone else. And it's exactly the same as you put it in the end of the sentence. Again, you say like not that very important information from the beginning, and in the end, you just say the most important fact that it's the person who read this very book is me. Get it or
Okay.
no?
Not yet. No, somehow
Okay.
doesn't tell.
Okay, I will clarify it in another way. So in this both cases, we have yes, that is I, in a stressed way, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the subject of our sentence. It's the person who does the action, right?
Yes.
And here it's personal pronoun. So in the case of pronouns and in the case of subject, which is one of the most important part of the sentence, you have two choices to stress them. The first choice is to put it in the beginning of the sentence, and the second one is to put it in the end of the sentence. So the logic goes this way. When you put it in the beginning of the sentence, you just want your listener to know that the most important part is in the beginning. And the rest is not that important, okay? The important thing is that it's me who does something, or it's me that around whom something goes on. And in the case you put it in the end, you want kind of to hint your listener that the very first part is not that important. The most important thing comes in the end, which is about me, which is about you. I don't know if your subject is you, which is about the very subject, who does the action or who's around whose that very action goes on.
Okay, now I get I get the hint. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
you know
Yeah.
that it's important to understand what you want to stress. And if you stress it in the beginning, you kind of want to know them that it's not that very important, the rest. And if you put it in the end, you kind of want them to get acquainted with everything that goes on, but the most important part comes in the end. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, if you say, yes, I'm կարդում իմ գիրքը, you're kind of angry. Just it's me who read the book, not anyone else. Don't confuse it. And it's the same as for the pre-last one. Իմ գիրքը կարդում եմ yes. Again, you show kind of attitude and anger that don't confuse anyone else.
Yeah.
Okay, as for the first one, yes, im գիրքը կարդում եմ, it's just simple sentence that it does not have anything to stress or to mention. It's an ordinary action, etc., etc.
So how about the last one? How can we how do we know like my book is focused?
Yes, եսիմ գիրքը կարդում եմ. Or եսիմ գիրքն եմ կարդում. Okay? So it's, you know how can the situation goes. Like when you are doing something and someone just interrupts your action and wants to know what you are doing. And you just say, եսիմ գիրքն եմ կարդում. Okay? Just don't interrupt me. I am busy.
Okay. So I just thought that, on this last one, we'll say that the focus is on I read because like M Kadum, so somehow, like that.
No, it's not about cartoon. It's about kirk.
Okay.
Yeah, like book and reading is connected.
Yes.
They're connected to each other. But here you stress that you read book. You don't read anything else. You don't do your home task, for example. You just read the book. And everybody just realized about what kind of book the thing goes on.
Yeah.
Okay? Is it really clear?
Yeah, to be honest, it is clear and Ayo and love, merci. Merci. Yeah. Merci.
Huntrem, Siro, my pleasure. But just guys, what I want you to know and for now to pay attention to is that you can change the word order in the Armenian sentences. Just remember that you can't begin your sentence with auxiliary verb, okay? For the rest, you are completely free. Okay, guys. Other questions? I have said no questions. I hope, Joshua, it's really clear for you. I know it can be seem a bit confusing, but once you start reading some dialogues or once you start watching other videos, you will realize automatically when use this, when use this, etc., etc. Okay, dears, and another task for your next lesson. Oh, Tabarak is a bit confused. I hope after your home task, you are not going to be confused here. Your next home task will be to write a dialogue. But to use Armenian basic expressions, the ones that we watch in the video, or maybe some other expressions that you will find. And to write dialogue using using sentences with different word order. And after each word order, you're going to say me which part you wanted to stress. You cannot, you're free, you can either use your sentences in the dialogue or you can just write down 3 different sentences and read it and say that I wanted to stress this, I wanted to stress this, I changed this way, etc., etc., okay? I guess it will be easier for you to write a dialogue using expressions and additionally write at least 3 sentences with different word orders. Okay?
Ayo.
Ayo. Okay, guys, so this is all for today's lesson. I hope you learned new things and I hope your home task you will handle easily, I'm sure. But in case you have questions, you will be stuck or something like that, just reach out. I will guide you and try to explain different things in different ways in order for you to have it clear in your mind. Okay, my dears, շնորհակալություն շատ այսօր միանալու համար մեր դասին. Thank you very much for joining today's lesson. Ձեզ հաճելի օր եմ մաղթում. Have a nice day and take care of yourself. Հոգ տարեք ձեր մասին. Կհանդիպենք հաջորդ դասին. We will meet in the next lesson.
Yeah, hաջողություն.
Հաջողություն. Let me send hearts. Yes.
Yeah.
Հաջողություն.